taping the camera to a window. Hey guys, what's up? Today I am going to be showing you how to tint your eyebrows at home. All of the materials that you will need are some rubbing alcohol or a toner that you're comfortable putting on your face, some Q-tips, a wooden spoolie thing. I got this in a past kit that I got specifically with eyebrow dye, but you can also get these with nail kits, and I think you can buy them by themselves. This is what that looks like. There's an angled end and a pointy end. I also have an eyeliner brush or an eyebrow brush. This one's really messed up just because I've used it a lot. So this one's actually from Essence. It's really cheap, so I don't care if I mess it up. This one was like $1.49, I think, or something like that. And then, of course, the eyebrow dye is something that you'll need. I actually just get hair dye, like head hair dye. I have seen a lot of videos of people using beard dye to dye their eyebrows, which is cool too. But I've used this and I know it doesn't cause any acne with me. It doesn't mess my skin up, so I'm gonna continue to use this. I just use Clairol's Expert Collection, the AgeDefy hair dye. It comes with these two. This is the actual dye, and then the developer. And you also get a really great conditioner with it. Everyone knows the conditioner that comes with hair dye is the best conditioner ever. So that's just a plus. And it's another reason why I use hair dye instead of beard dye. I don't actually know what comes in the beard dye, but I'm assuming it doesn't come with a conditioner. So yeah, previously in past years, I always used this, which is the, I don't know how to say that, Godefroy Instant Eyebrow Tint. I got mine in medium brown. It says it lasts up to 6 weeks. Really it only lasts about 3. And in that, it comes with that wooden spoolie that I showed you before. And it comes with a little tube of developer. There's a tiny little dish to do the mixing in, and then it comes with these little capsules with the actual eyebrow tint in it. You open them, it's a powder, and you mix it in with the developer, and then you put that on your eyebrows. So the reason I stopped using this is because it's kind of expensive. It was like $25 or more depending on I don't know, the shop that I bought it from or how many they had, but it also cost a lot with shipping, and it took so long to get to me. My sister was like, why are you still using those? And I was like,
why am I still using those?
You get so much more product. It lasts a little bit longer than the Godefroy eyebrow tint does, and the color is just as great, and it does everything exactly the same. So there's actually one more thing that you'll need for this video, which is a little dish to mix everything in. This I got from a past eyebrow kit, but you can just find a tiny little dish in your home, or I don't know, a cap to something. It doesn't have to be a lot. You really don't need very much for your eyebrows. So some people might ask the question, why dye your eyebrows or why tint your eyebrows? I like to tint mine because I am a redhead and I naturally have very light eyebrows. I don't like the look of powdery eyebrows. I don't like the look of really filled in eyebrows. I think it looks unnatural. So for me to dye my eyebrows, I just have to put a little bit of brow gel in there and they're done. Or I can even go without doing brow gel. It makes my makeup routine a lot quicker in the morning, and it makes me feel a lot more put together even when I'm not wearing any makeup at all. So, to begin, the first step is taking a cotton pad, and I'm taking my rubbing alcohol, or you take your toner, whatever you feel, just to clean off your eyebrows. If you have any makeup on them before, then it's obviously not going to work very well. And if you are oily like me, then it also, sorry guys, I'm filming right out a window and it's pretty bright out today. I have a mirror right beside me, so if I keep looking to the side, that's what I'm looking at. Now that my eyebrows are clean of oil, makeup, dirt, all that good stuff, I'm gonna take the conditioner and put that aside for later, put that on my actual hair. So you guys, I actually threw away the box because this is kind of old. I don't know how safe this is, so maybe use at your own risk. This method, I don't think it's dangerous at all. I mean, I have a really sensitive skin and nothing has ever happened to me, and I've been doing this for months now. I actually threw away the box, but I can link it down below. So I use the color Ashbrown. I know I'm a redhead and I have more like copper tones and warm tones, but I like my facial hair a cooler toned hair color. You guys would probably know best what color works with your hair color. So since this is an old tube, the stuff that comes out first, it's kind of gross and it's already changed color a little bit just from being, I don't know, at the surface. Maybe it's got some air on it, I don't know. So I like to take the first little bit that comes out of the tube and just put it on some toilet paper and throw that out. But I'm going to take my little dish and I'm going to squeeze just the tiniest little bit. I'll show you after I squeeze it. So this is the actual color cream. That's probably too much, but that's all I put in. So that's the actual color that I put in. And then I'm taking the, what is it? They call it the activating cream, which is the developer. Why did I forget that? So I put a very tiny bit of that. The more developer that you put, the less vibrant the color is going to be. So I put a very tiny amount because I want them to be a bit darker. So yeah. So then I take my wooden spoolie and I mix that really well. I almost whip it. So it should all come together really well. There shouldn't be any separating at all. Okay, so I've mixed it all together now. That is what it looks like. That's a lot. You really don't need very much, but yeah. Another thing you might want to have around is a timer. I hate timing things, so I don't do that. And I cannot tell you how long I keep it on for. I want to say like 2 minutes. So next, I'm going to take my eyebrow eyeliner essence brush. You can use the wooden spoolie too. You can use the angled end or the pointy end, whatever, if that's something that you want to do. I just like to use this because I have it around. Then you go in. So I like to start on the tail first. I have a mirror here, so. Also, I know my skin looks terrible right now. I have hormonal breakouts and it's that time. One of the differences that I notice with between the Godefroy and the actual hair dye is that the Godefroy was more tinted. Like this is very light and it goes on almost clear. So the Godefroy was tinted and I could see exactly where I put it. This I can't, which is kind of scary. After a couple minutes, when it starts to actually do its thing, it does change color a little bit and you can see where it is, which is where the Q-tips come into play and you can clean it up a little bit. This dyes your skin just the tiniest little bit. It lasts like a day or two. If you shower daily, then it's not a problem at all. If you don't, you can try using a toner or something to get that off if you don't like it. It's nothing that crazy. It doesn't look ridiculous unless you're going really far around your eyebrow. I don't use Vaseline or anything. I think that's kind of crazy. I don't like putting Vaseline on my face, but you can do that if you want. That actually, to me, I like that it dyes the skin behind my eyebrow because it just makes it look that much more dark. It hasn't changed color yet. It's still pretty clear, so I can't tell if I've really messed anything up. But because of the fact that it dyes your skin a little bit, you can kind of reshape your eyebrow to a new shape if you want. You can make it a little more arched, or you can make them straighter, whatever you want. I like to make my tail naturally ends like really close to the end of my eye, and I think it should be a little bit longer. So I actually like to go a little past where my tail ends to dye the skin a little bit and elongate my eyebrow. I like to really pack it on the ends too and go with a lighter hand and kind of use what's left on the brush at the inner part of my eyebrow. It just looks more natural that way. I am so out of breath, you guys. I don't know why. So I like using hair dye because unlike the actual eyebrow tint that I used to buy, that lasted 3 to 4 weeks. I find this lasts 4 weeks or a little beyond, which is nice. It lasts a little bit longer, you get more product, and it's cheaper. And it does the same thing. So right now I'm just playing the waiting game. They don't look too much darker right now. They do a little bit in person actually. I actually did pretty well with the shape. I don't see anything weird about them right now. I do want to tell you though, I made the mistake the first time I bought this. I mixed it all together just like I would if I were using the whole bottle for my head. So I opened the top, obviously, put the color cream in, and then I mixed it all together. And I thought keeping this in my cupboard would be fine, all mixed together. But it just continually foams and comes out, and it's really messy, and you can't use it like that after it's been mixed and then you store it. It just does not work. So you have to keep them separate. So keep this one as it is, as the developer, and then all of the cream in this separate tube. So it's been about 2 minutes now, and as you can see, my eyebrows are quite a bit darker. They're not even, but they never are. I'm actually gonna leave it on just a little bit longer because I'm risky, but if this scares you, then you can take it off. Just know when you take it off, it will be a bit lighter than what you see right now. And when you take it off, it does develop a little bit more after you take it off, so it will continue to get a tiny bit darker, but it doesn't look exactly like this. This is very solid and blocky. Blocky? What? When you take it off though, it will just be the hairs, and it will lightly dye the skin behind your eyebrow, so it won't look as dark and as thick and as solid as it does right now. Oh my god. They're pretty uneven now I'm looking at them. I'm gonna go in a little more on this one and like kind of level them out. After I'm done this video, I am going to trim and reshape my eyebrows just a tiny bit, because when you dye them, it really, especially if you're dyeing your eyebrows for the first time and you have very light eyebrows naturally, you will definitely see the differences in your eyebrows, and that they're probably not the same shape, and they're probably maybe a little off levelness. Is that the word? Just go in after, give them a little tweak. Don't go crazy with the tweezers. I like to use those little nail scissors. To kind of even out the hairs right in the inner part of my eyebrow. And if I have anything crazy, I'll brush them up a little bit and then trim those super long ones. And then just tweeze a little bit under here. Guys, tell me if you do too. Please comment down below. I have some eyebrow hairs that literally grow on my eyelid. Like, some of them go all the way down to my eyelid. Is that normal? I don't think so. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes now, so I am going to go in with a cotton pad, and this time I'm just going to use water. I don't know what would happen if you used a toner or rubbing alcohol, if that would cause some reaction. I'm too nervous to try it out, so yeah. I just soak the entire thing with water, and then I go in and I take that off. As you can see, that is the difference. It's not as dark, and it's definitely more natural. And like I said, it will continue to develop a little bit as time goes on. If you feel like that is the color that you see on your face right now is a little too dark for you, I would suggest going in with Witch Hazel or another toner and just really gently scrub, but not too hard. You don't want to pull all your eyebrow hairs out. And also, I have found that tip that I was talking about before, where you use a spoolie and just kind of brush your eyebrow hairs up and then trim the long ones. That can actually thin your eyebrows out a little bit and make them look lighter. So those are 2 tips you can use immediately to get them to look a little lighter. But also, Like I said, this tint only lasts about 4 to 5 weeks. So if you're really unhappy with the color, it's not gonna last too long, and it will definitely lighten a lot, significantly in the first week or after the first week. So don't panic. If you look crazy, put a little bit of concealer around them. Just don't freak out, okay? You look fine. It is a huge difference at first. Trust me, the first time I got mine done, I went from having fairly non-existent eyebrows to having black eyebrows that were like Eugene Levy's.
No offense.
So yeah, that was kind of frightening to me, but it is a huge difference even if they're done well, even if they're the right color for you. It is crazy to see yourself with pretty much no eyebrows to having eyebrows. You will get used to it. And you might think it looks crazy, but other people won't think it looks that crazy if they're well done. So what I do after, I just put these away in storage in my bathroom cupboard, and then I clean up my mess, and then in 4 to 5 weeks I do the same thing over again. So this is the finished eyebrow look. I would say it's pretty natural looking, and like I said, it will darken over the next couple of hours. And yeah, it's easy, it's simple. I will link everything that I use down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more by me, please subscribe.